over the top. Come on, you know this. You know what I mean? Like,
obviously, I'm guessing you're like an auditor.
Pardon?
I'm guessing, are you an auditor?
You think I'm an auditor?
Yeah.
What's an auditor?
So someone that sort of goes around police buildings or sort of other buildings of interest and sort of try and get police to sort of come and engage with them. Obviously, some do it for different reasons.
By that definition, then no. No, I'm not an auditor.
You don't have to tell me. Obviously, you're probably well versed in sort of your rights.
Yes.
Obviously, you don't have to tell me. Are you like filming for anything? Are you like filming for like a program, college?
Yeah, I'm filming for my YouTube channel. Yeah.
And what is your YouTube channel?
But it doesn't really make any difference, does it?
I'm just a bit curious.
Yeah, no, I understand. But just it doesn't make any difference, really, does it? Do you guys mind identifying yourself, please?
Yeah. There you go, Davies.
Can you read that, please?
Oh, there it is.
Can you verbalise it? I may not be able to see it.
PC Davies.
PC Davies, sorry, and your number? Sorry again, can you verbalise that for me, please?
1609.
And where are you based out of?
Just down the road in Brixton.
Brixton Police Station.
What's your
Right, okay, and you guys, if you don't mind identifying yourself, please.
Yeah, I'm PC Hopkin, 1616AS, also from Brixton.
Brixton, and yourself, sir?
Obviously, everything you need is on show 1148AS.
And your name?
PC Botway.
And
right here, the calm of a public walkthrough explodes into instant urgency. The blue lights cut through the frame, and everything changes. Commentary. An emergency response smashes the scene into high gear. You can feel the tempo shift. The auditor's casual filming becomes official business the moment the police arrive. Watch how the auditor immediately flips from commentary to challenge, asking what's the emergency, and how the officer's body language goes from routine to defensive. This opening salvo sets the stakes. This isn't a friendly chat. It's a confrontation that could escalate fast.
Also Brixton, right, okay.
Obviously, you don't have to tell us, you probably won't tell us, you might tell us. How long are you going to be here filming for?
How long am I going to be here for?
Yeah,
oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to lie to you and give you false information, you know. I just don't understand. Sorry, to hark back how I started this conversation with you guys, like what necessitated the emergency response? What was the call, like?
So obviously we can't go in and out and like everything we've been told.
I understand, yeah.
Obviously, filming and taking pictures in itself isn't sort of a bad thing or suspicious.
Oh, hold on a minute. He's pointed to that and said that I was under threat of arrest a minute ago.
So if you haven't finished,
come on, man.
I'll like put all the way through.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, filming and sort of taking pictures. Obviously, it's London. A lot of people take pictures and photos and all sorts of stuff. Obviously, tourists or just people that live here and just sort of like the architect or like the way buildings are shaped, etc.
Yeah.
The only reason why we're here is because obviously you've been sort of watched on CCTV, sort of filming into it, potentially sort of looking in, trying to see what's behind it and stuff. Which obviously I like, and again, obviously you can sort of film that as well, just on obviously that's on your record as well for next time.
Okay.
It's all about sort of prevention, isn't it, as well?
Well, prevention of what? Right. Well, you know I've got a YouTube channel, yeah. You asked me asked me if I was auditing.
Obviously, when we're coming, you asked me when people are watching CCTV, they can't tell, oh, this guy got a YouTube channel until police come and speak.
But you know that. But you know that. You know that.
Yeah, only
your colleagues know that.
Because you told me that.
Okay.
I can't read minds, unfortunately. I know we're the police, but we don't know everything. So, we can't read minds. Right,
I'm going to need the CAD number for the call.
Yeah, you can get a CAD.
But I still want to know, like, what was the allegation on the call? Because, like, 2 police cars, 4 police officers, blue lights on for someone recording.
Now the legal thunderclap hits. An officer cites the National Security Act and claims the site is protected. The auditor refuses to cave. He questions the legal basis and forces the officers to explain themselves on camera. Listen for the micro-conflicts, clipped answers, hedged phrases that reveal the officer's uncertainty. This segment turns a policing question into a rights fight. Who interprets the law in public when the law itself is being contested?
On a building.
So I can explain that because obviously I spoke to security.
Yeah.
They said you're filming over the fence, and at one point you
over the fence.
You put it through, like you travel through the gate to film inside.
No.
So then you want I can only go on what they tell
so
me.
First and foremost, have you seen how high the fences are here?
I mean, talking about the security gates, obviously there's gaps in it, and so they've said that you put it through.
Through the
gaps, through the gaps.
So you think
I can only go on what they tell me.
Hold on. Right, let's use the power of deduction. Let's see how good your detective skills are. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
You think that I was able to fit this phone and this gimbal through the gaps in these fences.
We could take the phone out of the gimbal and just stick it through. All I've heard is
Right,
the phone filming's gone through.
Show me where I could have done that.
Oh, you see with the gates?
Show me.
Oh, on the camera?
Yeah, show me where I could have
You
done
can see
that
on
on
the
the...
gates, there's gaps, because it's one of those gates
Right,
that opens,
okay,
there's the hinges and the gaps.
So,
we're not going to go around
right.
to film it, because that's not
So
right.
what I'm going to tell you is that's a false allegation. So somebody's made a false report to the police, which is a criminal offence.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you to investigate that.
That's fine.
Okay? Because at no point whatsoever did I take my phone and stick it through the fence. No point whatsoever. It's not. There's not even a gap big enough. Now I know you say I could take it off the gimbal and try it on, but come on, man, use common sense. You can see the gaps.
I can only go on what they tell me.
Yeah, but it's
I
a
haven't
false
seen to it,
allegation.
but I can only go
So
on what
are you going to act without fear or favour? You're going to investigate that?
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
Appreciate
I need some
that.
details for me to put on a report.
You don't need my details now.
I do, to put on a report. How else am I
I could give you an email address, but you don't need my
I need the
details.
rest of the details.
Well, sorry, my love. I'm well frequented in this, alright? I've done it loads of times. You don't need my details. I could give you an email address. I can supply them at a later date if they're warranted. But at this moment
Do
in
you
time...
need details? Because we'll have to put on the other side of the report, which is you filming and breaching Section 4 National Security Act 2023, which was an offence. So we need details to investigate it. I'm happy to... There's no necessity to arrest you at this point.
Okay.
This is a classic power test. The auditor demands concrete proof, show me the sign, and the officers fumble. The conversation exposes weak grounds for the stop, vague claims about protected place, and a hesitancy to point to actual evidence. That hesitation is telling. Viewers should note how authority can sound decisive while lacking specifics. It's a moment where confidence and legitimacy visibly separate.
We'll have to investigate by way of like caution to get invited in for an interview.
So you're going to caution me?
No, this time it's a caution +3. What happens is you get brought in for an interview, a caution interview, but I'll need some details from you.
I won't. So if I don't provide those details, what will happen?
Well, then it comes under Code G and you have to be arrested.
Code G?
Code G of PACE.
Code
which
G
is a
of
necessity for an arrest,
Okay.
yes.
So under threat of arrest...
It's not threat of arrest.
Well, it is, because... So if I don't provide my details, I will be arrested. Is that what you're saying?
There's a council called Code G then, so we can't investigate slow time because we've got no deals for you. If you have to provide your deals, you can invite in for an interview, you can give your side there,
right.
That's fine. Otherwise, if I ain't got details, we've got another contacting you, asking you to come in.
So you're going to... So I will be arrested then?
You will be then, yeah.
Right, so under threat of arrest...
There's no threat of arrest.
Well, it is. Listen, you've just said it. Come on, man.
There's no threat at all.
Right, so...
I've made a threat.
So if I don't provide my details, you're going to arrest me?
Yeah.
So that's a threat of arrest?
That's not a threat of arrest.
Yeah, if I don't provide...
an offence that's been committed.
Okay, right. Have you seen any evidence of me?
So we've had from the security...
Have you seen any evidence? Have you seen any evidence?
Then we'll have to collect the evidence, won't we? Because we've got evidence to our CCTV.
Pardon? Oh, I understand that, but I've got the witness. It doesn't lie.
Obviously, that's fine. Obviously, if you want to show us the footage that could obviously disprove that, then you're more than welcome to show us.
It's about 40 minutes long. It's about 40. What? I don't think I should have to do that though. Like you know, I have a YouTube channel. You know I'm an auditor.
I didn't know that.
So you know I am an auditor. Okay. Your colleague has a slightly skewed understanding of what auditing is, but he wasn't far off the mark. So that's how you've messed up. If you do proceed to try and obtain my details, which I will provide under threat of arrest, I will provide it because I don't want to get arrested for it.
I understand.
But you will all be liable to an IOPC investigation, and the Metropolitan Police will be liable to another civil claim against them for misusing legislation. All right.
The tension spikes here. Officers assert he filmed through a security fence. The auditor goes on the offensive and screams false allegation. The exchange becomes combustible. Accusations, demands for investigations, and threats of counterclaims fly. This segment is the emotional core. It's not just about filming anymore. It's about who gets to define the story and who will be held accountable afterward.
Because you know exactly what I'm doing here. There's no ambiguity. He knows exactly what I'm doing here. I've clearly stated what I'm doing here, and you still think that somehow that's you have grounds to obtain my details under threat of arrest.
Yeah, as I've said, an offence has been committed. Like I say, part of the evidence is the witnesses.
Have you got their details?
I've got their details.
Yeah.
No, not
Why
all
not?
the time. Because we have to go through what's called ranger control. It's a separate unit because we can't speak to them direct.
Right, so I'm making an allegation. They've made a false police report.
Okay.
So if you're going to act without fear or favour, you're going to stand on your oath today.
That's fine.
Then I would suggest you go and get their details and sort of say to them that if they don't provide those details, they'll be arrested. and they should be brought in for an interview under caution.
That's okay. If you want to make counter allegation, that's completely fine. Also, we'll need your details for both allegations, for the counter and this one. You're happy to provide them. I know you want a CAN number, I can get that for you now.
Why did you? The thing is, right? Why did you only mention it after I says I was going to make a counter allegation against the security? So there was no talk of providing details or anything like that until.
So what happened is I went to go speak to them when I went off, and then explain what's happened, and obviously mention the thing about it going through the gate, being filming the entrances. So that's.
Do you mind showing me, like, because honestly, look, you just take a walk along there. They're all pretty much the same.
I'd rather not go back because they were filming the entrance again out.
Well, I think it's pertinent to your investigation.
I don't want to walk you towards it and you start committing an offence again.
No, don't be silly. Come on.
You know what I mean? Because you're going to film it as we go past it. I'd rather not.
Well, I can film it from a public place. So the issue is, as well or not, the issue is, as well or not, I've breached the boundary, which then would. SOCPA would apply and your National Security Act 2023 would apply. That's the question as well, not a breach the boundary.
It's not breaching, it's not about breaching boundary, it's
well, it is,
inspecting. So taking videos and photographs comes under inspecting.
Right, okay. Do you know much about this legislation?
A little bit, only like the working.
A little bit, but you threaten me. But you threaten me. You're not a lawyer exactly. No. But you threaten me with arrest for not providing my details under the guise of that piece of legislation.
But I know the legislation.
Right. Use all PCs here. Use all PCs here.
PC, yeah.
Yeah, can I get a sergeant here?
So I'm going to get. I'm going to be realistic. You won't be able to get a sergeant in. Obviously, if you've got any complaints or anything, you're more than welcome.
But he's a threat.
Because you asked me a question and then you sort of cut me off halfway through.
Well, I can talk if I want.
You can, but then don't ask me a question then.
This is peak pressure. The police present an ultimatum: hand over your details or face arrest. And the auditor calmly refuses to be rushed, promising to give details under duress and warning of complaints. It's a clash of wills, one side asserting coercive power, the other weaponizing rights awareness and defiance. Watch the tone and tempo here. Every pause and repeated phrase heightens the psychological tension.
All right, well, be quiet. I'll ask someone else then, yeah?
No, wait.
Can you get a supervisor here?
So, like my colleague said, we're not going to be able to get a supervisor down here.
Okay. Why not?
Because this kind of call doesn't warrant a supervisor.
But yeah, you can threaten me with arrest to obtain my details under this type of call. That's a bit steep.
It still doesn't warrant a supervisor to come down here. So.
Right. Why not?
Well, talking about arresting you doesn't mean that a supervisor needs to come down here and check that through.
Right, but you're using legislation. Do you know about this piece of legislation?
So I've probably seen this with my colleague.
So you don't?
It kind of discusses
so
that it says this legislation.
To bring the legislation. Oh.
Have you got it? No, I don't want you. I want you to be familiar with it before you use it. A minute ago you said you weren't familiar. I'm familiar with it.
Okay, oh good.
I am familiar with it. That's how I know I've not done anything wrong, and that's how I know you don't have any powers at this moment in time. If you are going to misuse that piece of legislation, that's on you.
It's not misused at all.
Well, of course it is.
There's inspecting councils.
Sorry, am I being detained right now?
At this moment in time, if you have to provide your details, I have to do the slow time. If you don't want to provide your details, then obviously, as you said...
I will provide my details under threat of arrest, but what I'm asking is...
Your details under that time.
Am I being arrested right now?
Conversation at this point.
Pardon?
I'm just talking to you at this point.
Am I being detained at this point?
Not at this point, no, we're just talking.
And if I attempt to walk away, I will be arrested?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, because that would then
yes.
fall G, because then it would prevent escape as well as obtaining details.
Alright. Okay.
As you said, you're happy to provide
yeah, I'm not doing it here. We'll do it in the privacy of one of your cars, if that's alright.
That's fine, yeah.
Because you've got members of the public and I don't give out my details willy-nilly.
Yeah, no,
but this is under duress. I am doing it under threat of arrest. Just make that clear, and I guarantee you are going to regret this 100%. You are making a massive mistake.
It's fine.
Okay?
I understand. If you would want to
come on
the nearest car or whatever, and then we'll grab the details there.
Unbelievable! Who's got a flat tyre? Who's driving on that? Whose car is that?
It's fine when I set off.
No, I'm sure it was. Of course it was. Did you do all your inspections? What happened? What happened to your car?
Oh, well, I must have popped it on the way.
You must have popped it on the way. That sounds like an admission.
The scene abruptly pivots into ironic relief. A police car's flat tire undercuts their authority and injects dark comedy. The auditor seizes the moment, taunting and noting careless driving, which flips the dynamic. This break is crucial for pacing. It deflates the immediate threat while reminding viewers that authority is fallible and human. It's a delicious beat of schadenfreude in an otherwise tense encounter.
Careless driving to me.
I'm not careless driving.
I don't think you're... what happened to your tyre, first and foremost?
I checked it this morning.
Are you driving on the road illegally at this moment in time?
No, as I said, I checked it this morning as part of my DI in the car, and it was fine.
So what happened to it?
If you wanna.
What happened to it?
I don't know, I just found it like you did.
So careless driving then?
No careless driving whatsoever. As I pulled up, it was fine.
Driving without due care and attention?
No,
how can you not know you've popped your tyre?
As well, because it just popped now when we drove off.
It popped now when you drove off?
No, I didn't say pop now. I said when we drove off, as we've been driving, there's been no issues with it. And when I did the checks in the morning,
looks a bit baldy, to be honest. Do you mind? Have a look. That is a taxpayer's car after all. Well, I don't know about that, mate. That looks a bit dodgy, you know. That's driving without due care and attention or something like that. But how can you not know you popped your tyre? Like, did you not feel it pull when you're driving?
As I say, it was fine when I was driving.
Sure.
But we're going around in circles.
You know, if you're involved in a collision, you have to go a mandatory breathalyzer test. You know that? Have you been drinking today?
Me?
Yeah. Can I see your license, proof of insurance, and MOT certificate, please?
Definitely not.
Right, anyway,
can
I jump in the front if that's all right?
The front?
Yeah. Yeah, just I don't like being cooped up in the back.
Yeah, no.
Unreal. Nah. I mean, you can't drive away with me in the back then, eh?
No, I got it.
Not a flat tyre, yeah, that's it. Alright, oh my... Alright guys, well...
Do you want the door closed, or?
Yeah, well, just in case a car hits it.
Yeah, no.
You know what? I'm going to need my glasses.
Oh yeah. You want to borrow mine?
Are they prescription?
Yeah.
Can you pass them to me? They're just on the side there.
Where are they?
Thank you.
In
Just
here?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's them. Jeez. It's a Specsavers case. Oh no, it's not. No. Looks like Specsavers case. Get the posh ones. So I am doing this under duress, and I'm giving you the bare minimum just to make that absolutely clear. Under threat of arrest. These are messed up, you know that. Come on.
What's your name?
1 second. I just asked that you don't repeat my details back at me, please.
Oh, that's fine.
That's all right.
How do you spell that?
I can write it down for you if that helps.
Yeah.
Is that okay? 1 second. Oh. Just because I don't, it's not going to make it on the...
Can I hold that for you?
Oh, I've got it, it's alright.
Momentum swings back toward the auditor. He dismantles the officer's reasoning, calls out legislative misuse, and forces them into defensive silence. This is the power reversal. Earlier intimidation tactics give way to awkward attempts at justification. The auditor's composure and knowledge press the officers into retreat, a textbook example of a citizen turning a stop into an accountability moment.
You happy with that? Alright, what's your name again, sorry?
Davies.
PC Davies. Alright, you guys don't have a bin, do you?
Well, there's
talking about this can for ages, so excuse me. Let me just make sure I don't get your door taken off. Alright, gentlemen. Listen, you have messed up, man. Come on, like, you know you shouldn't be doing this. You have misusing the legislation. I will have a complaint office for that, and I will have a civil claim office for that. Because you've threatened me with arrest for something you've got no grounds for. Alright, so, well, I suggest you wind your necks in, get in your cars and jog on. Do one.
Jog on, that's not very nice, is it?
It's not very nice.
If I said that to you, you would be quite upset, innit? If I told you to jog on.
Well, you're a public servant, I'm not.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm a human being,
You have misused the legislation to obtain my details. Okay. I don't care. Your feelings aren't my priority at this moment in time, my friend.
Vice versa then.
So, get in the car and do one. See you later, you're dismissed. Bye. Bye. You're dismissed.
So you're more than welcome
Bye.
to sort of stay in the area.
I'll do whatever I feel like doing.
Try not to commit any more offences by obviously putting your camera.
Hold on, you just jumped to conclusions. You just says don't commit any more offences.
Or suspect offences.
No, you've just made another massive mistake. No, do not commit any more offences. So that's the insinuation that I've already committed an offence. You haven't done any investigation whatsoever, have you? So how would you know that?
No, I'm not going to go. We're done now.
What
We're
camera
done now.
footage have
We're
you
done
seen?
now. Thank you
Exactly,
very
you're dismissed. Jog on, little boy. Bye. Bye. See you later. Absolute carry on. Anyway, I'll film MI6 again. And what they're going to do? Look at that lovely building. Beautiful architecture.
Closure arrives with theatrical flourish. The auditor repeatedly dismisses the officers, and they begin to withdraw, an almost cinematic walk of shame. He closes the loop with a sharp debrief, calling out missteps and promising complaints. This ending delivers catharsis for viewers. The conflict resolves not with force, but with exposure, accountability, and the crowd-pleasing triumph of the camera.